Alright guys, you know in the last few videos where I've been telling you guys that every single time some news comes out about Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2, or Warzone 2, or Call of Duty, or Activision, or the devs, or anything related, even if it is good news, there is always bad news attached. Sometimes you just gotta peel the layers back a little bit and you'll see the ugly in some of the good that Infinity Ward and Activision are doing with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2. And when it comes to Infinity Ward, guys, I just don't understand why it comes down to picking and choosing what they choose to fix and what they choose to not fix, and what they choose to not prioritize, when it seems like a larger portion of the community is asking for one specific thing. Now, I'm not gonna lie guys, today's video is not gonna be very pleasant, okay? It's not gonna be very positive. As a matter of fact, I'm in a bad mood today. Why is Fooly in a bad mood? Well, let me show you something on the screen right now. Guys, this is a real photo. My cat took a shit the shape of a cock. That's the type of shit that'll piss me off for the day, and then when I hop on Twitter immediately after, and I see Doug Dimmadome Warzone gassing Infinity Ward up for some of the most simple, insignificant shit, and then going back and forth with another leaker, that's the type of stuff that concocts these types of videos out of me. I'm sure you guys have seen this already, and let me just preface this by saying, this piece of news is actually good, but what comes with the news is not good. Let me put this up. This is by Modern Doug Dimmadome Warzone. He says, Infinity Ward has listened to more feedback than we originally thought from the MW2 beta. Cap. They've changed how the camera works in third-person modes on Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 to only swap to first-person when ADSing with a scope magnification of 4 times or higher. This is a big W. So if you guys don't know what this is, anytime you played the third-person mode in the MW2 beta, which by the way I actually thought was a fun mode, if you aim down sight with anything, even with iron sights, you would switch back into first-person and it was kind of clunky, kind of weird, kind of awkward, didn't really feel right. So this change is actually good because essentially what's going on is that your screen just zooms in just a little bit whenever you ADS with something other than a 4 times magnification scope. And like I said, this is good news. A little bit of Scatmaster trivia. My first shooter game ever was Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2. Exact same concept. You're in third person mode, you aim in and the crosshairs just get a little bit tighter, your screen zooms in a little bit and you're still in third person mode. That's the way it should be. I actually enjoy this change. Good job Infinity Ward for the most basic change you could have made. But here's where the issue is, and this is where you start peeling back the layers and you start seeing the ugly in something that seems good. The Ghost of Hope, another prominent leaker, comes out and says, this is a very tiny piece of feedback to listen to. Don't think the first part of your tweet fits them simply changing something like this. Doug comes back and says, that's your personal opinion. For me, it's a big piece of feedback for that mode. Ghost of Hope comes back saying, in quotes, Infinity Ward has listened to more feedback than we originally thought from the MW2 beta is simply not true. Doug Dimmadome comes back saying, originally thought there wasn't a change, blah, blah, blah. You woke up angry today, fam. A lot of weird shit going on after this, alright? It's just back and forth from here on out between these two. And let me just say, I understand a lot of people are happy about the change. I'm pretty happy about the change. Again, my first shooter ever was Battlefront 2, which was primarily this exact same style, and I like the change. The thing is, we should not stop there. Infinity Ward should not stop there. We should not be praising them for such a simple fix. In fact, this is like common sense for third-person modes. What Infinity Ward is failing to do is that there's a whole other entire community of people that are not talking about the third-person mode at all, and they're talking about the minimap, dead silence, footstep audio, time to kill, aim assist, lag and packet burst, everything else, right? There's a whole shit ton of other things that could be prioritized that are simply not. And this goes back to one of my previous videos, well, pretty much everybody's previous videos about the beta regarding feedback and Infinity Ward choosing not to listen, choosing to ignore, and choosing to continuously give advantages to the fucking sentinels, campers, and handing out disadvantages to another population of players. Again, some people are gonna come out and say, oh, that's a vocal minority. You tell me how it sounds good to give the minority even more disadvantages. If that sounds good to you, open wide and respectfully eat my scat, because that's some bullshit. as a community, and even for some of you individuals out there, let this be a lesson. Do not settle for less, okay? Don't be okay with the bare minimum. This change, this update from Infinity Ward, it's a bare minimum update. This is common sense. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to be happy with this change. Again, I'm happy with it too, but I'm not satisfied with it, and none of you should be. And if you are, that's okay. That's your personal opinion. That's the way you feel. That's okay. For some of us other people that are tired of these multiplayers since MW 2019, do not settle for this type of change. We want more. Infinity Ward can definitely do more. They can easily turn this C tier COD into an A or an S tier COD, and they're simply choosing not to, just because they want to be stubborn, or just maybe, like a lot of people are implying out there. They have their own algorithm, they have their own data, where protecting noobs and shitters and sentinels will somehow produce them more money. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. One of the things that really riles me up about this tweet from Doug Dimmadome is the fact that he could have easily praised Infinity Ward for the change, but in the same tweet say, now we want you to listen to some of the other feedback. Some of the feedback that should be prioritized a little heavier. Not praising them, saying, oh, this is a big W, good job Infinity Ward, and then going against somebody who was suggesting that he should say more to Infinity Ward to get them to do a little bit more for the community. You gotta understand, when you have a fat ass platform like that, and you're just gassing Infinity Ward for damn near anything, that's the type of shit that stops us in our tracks from progressing forward and actually getting a good multiplayer experience. Also, if you go down the thread a little bit more, there's people who are gassing Prestige's Key up for coming up with this idea that Infinity Ward should implement a poll in their message of the day to see the true data on the minimap and the dead silence issues. Look, streets know that the Scadmaster came up with that first. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just explaining to you guys why I'm so annoyed today. There's just a lot of dumb shit going on Twitter and about MW2. I'm telling you guys, anytime news comes out about Modern Warfare 2, even if it looks good at the surface level, you dive a little bit into it, and it's ugly as fuck. Infinity Ward, I appreciate this update. Your game comes out in like 2 weeks. Please, for the love of God, throw the community a bone with something important, something valuable, something significant. You know, at this point, fuck it. We'll say Prestige's Key came up with the idea. That's fair, that's fair. I'm the Scadmaster, only 8K subs. It is what it is. Infinity Ward, Activision, Call of Duty, Prestige's Key loves you. If he's suggesting a poll, and so many people agree with that, as do I, implement a poll and get true data. Maybe you can show us, maybe you don't have to, it doesn't really matter. Just let us see what the true data is, because everybody's saying, oh, vocal minority. That's the type of shit that stops everybody in their tracks from us getting something good out of the devs. The devs are all extremely capable people. They're supposed to be producing AAA titles. To produce a successful AAA title, maybe you should listen to the community that is buying your games, filling up your pockets, and enabling you to continue producing games. Because let me tell you something, Infinity Ward, I've said this before, this game has true potential. I think this game can actually be in the upper half of CODs. Not a bottom 3 COD like MW 2019, Cold War, and Vanguard. I think this game could actually be much better than those. But if you're gonna be stubborn and you're gonna ignore the community that is providing you specific feedback time and time again, you're not gonna get there. And maybe to the casuals, to the Timmies, to the noobs, to the shitters, to the sentinels, yeah, maybe this is a gold COD. Don't you want more people to see that this is a gold COD? People like myself who did not like MW 2019 can still be brought back. All you need to do is listen to important feedback. I appreciate the third person mode change. It's good, but it's not good enough. You can do more. Everybody knows you can do more. You've done it before. Just do it. Early access to the campaign comes out in a couple of days. I'll definitely be playing that, but you're not gonna hype me up by giving me early access to the campaign. Of course, I'll play it. It's Call of Duty. But what majority of your fans are actually looking for is solid multiplayer quality content. Infinity Ward, you can deliver. Please do. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Are you satisfied with this update, or do you think there should be more? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah guys, it's been the Scadmaster. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out this shit.
It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very long time and I'm weak. It's been a very long time since you seen me. Don't know why.